What is up, Village? We are back once again. Happy Top Shelf Monday. Let me get my brothers in here because we live and we got some conversation to have. Where are my brothers? All right, all right, all right. One and two and three and four. 1 second, 1 second. Power to the people. All right.
Yo,
Yo, what's
yo,
up, bro?
what's going on? What's
Trying
up,
to.
Top Shelf Village?
What's up? What's
George,
up, George?
what's good, my guy?
What's goody? I ain't
What's
seen
good,
George since the
son?
last time I saw him, man.
Which was last night.
Yeah, man. I tell you that root beer and that crown is different.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Uh,
sir.
what up, Anthony?
Mr. Thompson,
And what's up, Cordelia?
what's good, what's good, what's good?
And can you hear us?
Ant,
Can
can
you,
you hear
can you
us?
hear us? Oh, he
Man, this
can't.
nigga just got a new phone. It's already acting up.
Oh, here we go.
It's already acting up.
The
Oh
jokes. Hey,
my God.
Jeff, I'm writing the jokes now, bro. It's on.
Damn, son. My,
Bro,
my, my son just got a new phone.
can't have nothing. He can't have nothing, bro.
Listen, I told Anthony he got to stop going on Wish.com and ordering his phones from over there.
Wish. Wish.
Can't be
Yo,
doing that, yo.
you want to hear something funny, Jeff? The other day, I saw this dude with a dope Lakers jersey on. I was like, yo, that joint is fire. Even though I'm not a Lakers fan,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the jersey was fire. He turned around, that mug said "Wish" on that mug.
Damn.
I said, I wish he would have chose something else.
He got that jersey off Wish for $2.99, man.
Yo,
And I guarantee you, it took him 7 months just to get it.
exactly.
I guarantee you, it took him 7 months to get it, man.
Yo, at least we're gonna try to get Anthony back in here, and we're gonna pray for his phone. Anthony, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
We can't hear
cannot
you
hear
at
you.
all. We
Bro,
can't
you
hear
on
you.
mute?
Ah! Anthony he has struck out again, bro.
Oh, my gosh.
Just
Oh,
another
gosh.
Manic Monday.
Yo.
Jeff,
My,
we
my,
talked
my,
this dude over and over again.
man, my son got his phone from Canal Street, man.
Exactly.
From the Africans.
Yo, he texted us the day
Africans
you
and
ain't never
them
lied.
Chinese and Asian people out there, man. They be
Yo,
selling them fake Gucci's and Louis.
son.
Got it from them. Oh my God! It's almost it's almost an iPhone 14, man. It's really an iPhone 4.
He said this is iPhone 15, sir.
He thought it was like the Apple symbol that's on the phone is really a peach.
A bit now, Peach.
What's up, Stephanie? What's good? What's good?
Anthony, okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna try to get him again. Jeff, we're gonna see.
Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. I got faith in my brother, man. I got
Me
faith in
too.
my
I
brother.
love Anthony. We're gonna do
Oh man,
this.
let's see.
What's up, Steph? How you doing?
Let's see.
Let's see. Ant,
Do we
come on.
have audio?
Anthony.
I know Jeff got something to say.
Yes.
I know Jeff had mad things to say.
I said I have
He
faith. That's
talking
the
in the
third time's a charm.
video. He dancing. I know Jeff had mad things to say.
No, I did too, Ant.
I have things to say because they can hear me. You on the other hand, we could not hear you, bro. We couldn't hear you. I was like, yo, how my son got a new phone and it's already acting up. Yo, I hope you got Apple Kids, son. I hope
I
you
do
went
have
and paid an extra $100 for the Apple
applicant.
Kid. Okay, good. Because you have to make an appointment to go to the Apple store and get that looked at.
All right, as y'all know, every podcast, every IG live, we always have to pray to give thanks to the one who gave us this platform. And today, I'm gonna pray. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. God, we just want to welcome you into this conversation. We say thank you for all that we've been able to accomplish this year thus far. Thank you for another year of life for my sister-in-law, Joanna. God, we thank you so much just for our podcast. We thank you so much for all that we have. We never take any of it for granted. And we pray that this conversation encourages those that are out there and they can join in and laugh with us and just have fun. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen, my brothers.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yes,
What's
sir.
good, good people?
What's
What's up,
going
up,
on,
village?
village?
everyone?
What's
Happy
up, village?
Monday.
What's up, village?
Hope your
We
Monday's
here.
going
We
well so
here.
far.
Now we all three here. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Anthony, like, no.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Anthony said it was all good just a week ago.
What's up, Patricia? What's up, Cuzzo? How's everything in Canada?
Nah, man. Oh gosh. Yo, man, let me ask you guys, how was, because I know we were all together yesterday, but other than that, like, how was your weekend? How was your Saturday and Friday? How was those?
Mine was pretty good. It was pretty chill. I didn't really do anything Saturday. Didn't really do anything on Friday either. It was just a chill day. But it was good though. It was good. No complaints.
What about you, Ant?
So I went back to the gym. The gym and I are becoming friends again. So
I love it. I love it.
I'm
Gym rat.
Before all the January 1st babies come out, I just want to make sure I'm in there.
You say you started it early.
I'm starting early.
I love it, man. I love it. I love. What did you work on?
Cardio. So all thing I'm doing is cardio, and I've been telling people Bayonne is gonna be the new thing. LA Fitness is coming to Bayonne.
Oh, fire!
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
fire.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay,
so
I got my LA Fitness membership, so I can slide over there.
Yo, I was about to die laughing. I thought Anthony was gonna make a joke. And he's like, wait, when you asked him, like, what'd you work on? I thought Anthony was gonna say my attitude.
Oh.
Well, luckily upon to me, I don't have an attitude.
Yeah, all right.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'll play it. Now, my week was good. Nonetheless, like I just spending time. Anytime I get to spend time with my wife is really great. We got to order from this new place, not too far away from us. It's this place called Marty's. It's in Jersey. Really good, like American food. Like, boy, they have a barbecue cheeseburger. I don't need to say no more. Matter of fact, and that reminds me, Jeff, thank you for that cheeseburger you sent over here from that cookout, bro. That joint was fire.
Oh, facts.
Fire.
Even though I talked about me working out, now this guy want to talk about food. Thanks.
Hey.
Thanks for being an accountable partner.
Hey, you welcome. You welcome. I just want to push you. You know.
Push you to the buffet. That's what he wants you to do.
Push you into a buffet, Anthony.
Nah, you're welcome, man. You know, I love grilling. Ever since I got my grill, man, it's like matter of fact, I was grilling this today. Actually, I made some barbecue chicken, put it on the grill, man.
Oh wow,
came out really good. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Everything off, like I think things off the grill taste amazing, bro. Like anything.
If you know how to make it.
That part right there. I wanted to get into our conversation, our means of conversation. So Anthony actually came in with this topic. And the question at hand is, what is something that blows your mind as an adult? Like, okay, like when we were kids, we were always wishing, man, I can't wait till I get older. I can't wait till I can't wait till I turn 16 and get my own job or whatever. I can't wait till I turn 18 so I can go do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till I turn 21 so I can drink. You know, I can't wait till I do this. I can't wait till I do that. Can't wait till that. Now we older. We adults now with responsibilities. I would say when y'all first crossed over into adulthood, what was the thing that blew your mind? What was the thing that like you was like, what? This is real?
So I told this yesterday, but I'll tell it again.
Okay.
When I was like 14, 15, I will always go to like the kiddie hotel. But there's like the kiddie hotel and the adult hotel. And I was always wondering, what the hell is an adult hotel? So I always tell myself, like, I can't wait to get to when I'm 21. I could go to an adult hotel, but then I get to 21. I go to the adult hotel just to find out that people don't walk around naked. Because in my mind, I'm thinking everybody and their mama walk around naked. It's just basically you get to a certain age and you
Get
want
your
to see
man,
no
son.
kids no more.
That's called a nudist colony, Anthony.
Yes. Get your man, son.
Yo, son.
Anthony's already
So I
started
thought it was gonna be
already.
I thought it was gonna be, I was 21, so I thought it was gonna be stuff all over the place.
So that's what you
I'm
was looking
glad to
forward
see an
to?
old 70-year-old lady.
Whoa, that's what you wanted to see? So that was
That's
your
crazy.
motivation to see this
That's
old
crazy.
70-year-old
That's
lady
crazy.
naked with pancake
Wait,
boobs?
70-year-old ladies need some loving too?
Whoa. Anthony
I don't want to
wanted
see
a sugar
nothing.
mom at a young age.
Yo,
All right.
You see?
Okay.
So I thought, and that's what I was
Wow.
saying to myself. I was like, yo, I know I'm going to see some naked people. Now, I'm not, whoever's a swinger, that's on them. But I'm like, yo, but all I know is like, so that just blew my mind, bro.
So Ann, when you went to the hotel and you walked outside to like the beach area or whatever, did you walk
I
out naked
wasn't
and think
naked
everybody
yet.
else was?
I didn't
man.
have my birthday suit, but I wasn't naked yet.
y'all crazy.
Oh
Y'all
my
crazy.
gosh.
And
Man.
you too much. You too much. Like, there's nudist colonies and nudist beaches in different countries. But, like, I think the thing is, like, that's interesting, though, that you thought that. Like, because I think you know how, like, when you see
Anthony
a
pulled up to
billboard.
Coney Island naked.
Like Anthony Hamilton said, hello, I'm here.
Wowzers.
That's crazy. It's like when you see a billboard, right? Like, you see a billboard that advertises something, and then you like, yeah, I gotta do that, or go there, or get that product. And then you get it, and then you be like, this ain't what was advertised.
Yeah.
Not quite. At least not the thing that I have. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get it, and you just be like, whatever. Jeff, what about you? What is something that, like, when you finally moved out of your parents' house, what was the thing that, like, blew your mind?
For me, the amount of bills that I was ended up being responsible for.
Easy.
Like when I moved out of my parents' house when I was 21.
Right.
Yeah, it was like I was 21 years old.
Right.
And I was like, wow, okay. Bank account, okay, cool. Job, direct deposit, cool. So I paid for my cell phone. Okay, car note, car insurance.
Yeah.
Food. I'm like, yo, there's a lot of things that I didn't realize when I was 13, 14, 15 years old that I would be financially responsible for. And you know that the bills exist. Like, I knew bills exist, right? Because, see, my parents pay bills. But it's not until you got to start paying bills on your own is when it's like it's a totally different ball game. And you got to balance your checkbook. Bro, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got to balance your checkbook and like all this other stuff. And it's like I had to learn how to budget, because before that I didn't really have to learn how to budget, because though I was living with my parents and I had a job, my parents didn't really require me to pay any bills at the house. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of able to, just work and save money or just do what I kind of wanted to do in a way. The only thing I paid for was like a car, because my dad had got me a car.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll take care of the insurance, I'll manage it to my insurance, but you just pay the car, which was like, I think it was like $200 a month or something like that. That was really it. That was my only financial responsibility, and my cell phone. Other than that, it wasn't anything else until I moved out. And then it was like, yo, all these bills that I gotta pay, man. So that's the thing. What's up, cousin? What's up, Yasmin? But yeah, that's the thing that blew my mind as an adult when I first got into adulthood. Bills.
Yeah.
What about you, Fred?
I would say for me, it's people, I want to our village, or people that are watching us right now, let us know what is something that blew your mind as an adult now, that you didn't think of as a kid would be so crazy. You know what I'm saying? But now as an adult, you see it's different. I would say, honestly, for me, to add on to kind of like the conversation we were having yesterday, yes, to Jeff's point, bills, yes, definitely. And I think another part of that, the other side, is health, like health insurance and stuff like that.
Oh,
I had no
Big
idea.
one.
Like, and you can relate to this, bro. And you too, Jeff. Like dental surgery, bro. Like I didn't understand like how expensive dental surgery was. Like, and I was like, I understood. Like a lot of people in the hood had messed up teeth, and I understand why they weren't getting their teeth fixed.
Word up.
And because it's very much expensive. There's implants. There's so many things. It's like you gotta, and then you gotta make sure you're within network. You gotta make sure.
It's a good one, Yasmin.
You gotta find the right dentist, and then it's dentist, and then there's orthodontist, and then it's like this whole kind of thing you gotta go through to make sure that we can't. There was certain dentists I went to in Jersey, and they was like, our practice here, we can't do the surgery that you need, so you have to go to
you
this
outside of your network.
Yeah, or it's out of your
outside of your network. Is it networking party?
I thought as a kid, you just go to the dentist and they do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that was just my experience. Same thing. You go to the doctor, and I thought it was only one doctor. Like I was like, one doctor fixes everything. I didn't know that there were separate doctors, like the pediatrician, you know what I'm saying, and the neurosurgeon, and the phlebotomist, excuse me, like that. Then the proctologist, and you know, the gynecologist, like all these different doctors for different things. Didn't know. I just was like, one doctor, that's it, and he does everything.
Well, Fred, I hope you didn't go to a gynecologist, bro.
No.
I hope that did not make an appointment to go there, bro.
If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
What's up, Rob?
What up, Rob?
What's good, Rob?
I wanted to address something. That's your cousin, right, Jeff? That's on chat,
Yeah,
right?
that's my cousin Yasmin.
What's up, Yasmin? Her comment was so amazing. It says how much work that goes into marriage. That's definitely facts plus tax. Because people I think we see these movies.
You think it's Disney World.
Yeah. You see these movies and you be like, marriage is gonna be fun. And then the bills come into play. And then the health comes into play. And then with Anthony's, you don't know if you're gonna go into a colony or a hotel.
You want to go to play. That's that tax season.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole thing. The right season for the right, like it's a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying?
It is, man.
It's like marriage. I think another thing that comes into my mind is like your health. Period. Like not the health and medical bills and insurance. I mean your health, how you're doing physically. Like things start to change. You realize you not as you don't have as much energy as you used to have. You realize like you take a whole lot more naps. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. I was actually almost took a nap before this IG live. I was in the couch.
No,
and I was like,
man,
we had this live, man.
Let me tell you, this is when I knew. As soon as I turned 30, right? As soon as I turned 30, I was like, yo, I got so much stuff to do. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go do this, do that, do this, do that. I was like, I'm gonna sit down real quick, nigga. I sat down and fell asleep. I woke up 3 hours later. I was like, oh, so this is what this is.
Bro, I say this all the time, man. It's like, you know, when you're fully an adult, when there's two things that you look forward to, taking a nap and going to Home Depot. I'm telling you, bro. I didn't understand that when I was younger.
That is not the truth. That need to be on a shirt.
I didn't understand when I was younger because I was like, yo, what is the big deal about Home Depot?
Yep.
But now, bro, I went to Home Depot today. I love Home Depot.
Home Depot's my best friend.
And I wanted to take a nap. Son, yo, that's how you know you're a full-blown adult, when you look forward to naps and a trip to Home Depot, bro. I am telling you.
Take out garbage.
Man.
That's it. Naps at Home Depot, that's it. I think, you realize like, and then you realize you like, cause like when you're young, spontaneity is whatever. You be like, oh, we going from this club to this club. We going from this party to this party. We doing this and this. We going to go get a plate at the cookout. Then we heading over there. You know what I'm saying? We going to the pool party.
You got no bills to pay.
Yeah, but now
that's luxury.
like to Jeff's point, when you get older, you like, nah, I'm trying to get back to the crib.
Son, unless it's happy after work, I'm not there, son.
Exactly. And you
I'm
trying to
not
get back
there.
to the crib. Am I lying?
Yeah, bro.
Am I
Son,
lying?
Nah,
Like,
it's
no,
a
you're
fact.
not lying, bro.
It's a
yeah,
fact.
because sometimes it's like, yeah, unless you have stuff planned, you know what I'm saying? Like Anthony, you're an adventurous person, you know what I'm saying? I can say, like, when Anthony go out,
For what? A little too adventurous.
a little too
Yo, you gotta live your best life.
but Anthony,
Son, I ain't mad at it. I'm
to
not
your
judging,
point,
G.
but to Anthony's point, when he go out, he like, yo, I'm going out. I'm about to have fun. You know what I'm
He
saying?
does. That's one thing.
Which makes sense. But like I'm
You
saying,
will have a
like,
good time with
there's a
Anthony, man.
point
That's a
where
fact.
that battery go on low.
Oh, yo, you know when the battery go out. I said, Janelle, 11:45, and it's 10 o'clock.
Listen,
Yo,
when Anthony's ready to go, he's ready to go.
Let me tell you.
But if you put 2K in front of me, I might extend it.
Yeah, he will stay. Depending if he's winning. Depending if he's not, forget it. He's
what's up,
definitely out.
Maybelline? When Anthony
up,
neck
Maybelline?
go into his shoulders, and he start getting like this, he start leaning back. Let me tell you, it's over. It's over, bro. Ain't nothing else you can say.
You know one thing that I realized as an adult, how to have adult friendships. I also think that is something that people don't talk about. Like,
True.
You
Good.
have friends that you go to school with, you might go to church with, but then when you're doing life, having an adult friendship is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I think it's because we think too much. I think we think too much. Okay? Let me tell y'all a straight up thing that I see all the time. Like, me and my wife, we live next. as you fellas know, me and my wife, we live next to a school, right? So all the time we see the kids when they have recess. They out there living their lives. They don't matter if it's cold, if it's hot. They don't care if they got jackets. They don't care. They could. I remember I saw a kid out there. The teacher was trying to catch him. He was running without shoes on. But you understand that there's just so much freedom in that, and kids playing with other kids of different cultures, different languages, different households, different religions, all of that. Why are they playing with each other? Because they understand they don't have to think about that. They just do it. And I think for us as adults, when we plan stuff or we do stuff, oh, you come to my event, you go to this, we going to this place, we got to dress up. We don't have to dress up. We got to do it this time. We got to go over here. We got to, it got to be this way. Instead of just saying, hey, bro, come through. You know what I'm saying? I think we make things kind of too complicated at times.
Or I was a part of this conversation as an adult, like when you're a kid or a child, and the teacher says to someone in the math, like you're doing math, and like, oh, does anybody need help? And you raise your hand because like you don't know what's going on. But as an adult, it gets harder because you got fear that comes in to ask for help.
That's good.
I know.
Well,
I just saw this message.
You got fear that's coming in, and you asking for help. You don't trust
What's up, Lexi?
anymore. There's so many things as an adult you get scared to ask for help, and that's another thing that blows my mind.
What's up, Lexi?
Asking for help at this age.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one, Ant. I think we do. We definitely do get scared to ask for help. I can't lie. Like, my mom used to always tell me, and I think that is something that I really had to kind of like tell myself it's okay. Mom used to say, you better figure it out. You better make it work. And I'm just like, that mentality kind of like got trapped in here because I thought that I always had to balance it. Always had to make it work. I always had to stretch it. That survival mentality we talk about a lot. And like, it made me not ask for help when I know dang well.
You need that help. Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a pride thing, man.
I love, pride, definitely, Jeff, all the way. And as a man too, you be like, I ain't gonna, like
Yeah,
help me.
that could be our Achilles heel as a man, not asking for help. So I'm very much guilty of that. Like I like to figure things out on my own. I don't
Yeah,
like asking for help like that unless I have no choice. My back is against the wall, and then it's like, all right, then I will ask. But other than that, it's like I will try to figure it out on my own.
yeah. I think that's a and what about like when we were in school and college and stuff like so we went from like school like if you guys didn't go to like private schools, we went from a situation where we didn't have to pay for school to
Mm-hmm.
now in college we paying for school. We got to pay to go. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was fortunate enough when I went to college that I had a grant and I had financial aid that helped me, so I didn't really pay as much until I came to New York and went to school, and it got different, because now it's like all hands is on deck. I think that was the thing for me going from not to now is real. Everything is on me to pay for school as
Mm-hmm.
an adult. That was different. I was like, dang. I was
You learn
like,
you learn how to survive, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what sometimes those survivor meals come into play.
yeah,
For
You learn how to make like certain like basically something nothing out of something. You know what I'm saying,
hmm
or something out of nothing.
yeah,
You're almost forced to figure it out because
hmm
it becomes like by any means necessary. So I got to figure life out. As an adult, you don't have all of us don't have the luxury to lean on to somebody
yeah,
or our parents. You know what I'm
yeah,
yeah.
saying?
yeah.
Because it's like you got to figure this out. And it's like you out there in the world, make it happen. It's time to
So
make
I
it
know they
happen.
got like, so I know they have life coaching things of that nature. But like, you know how when you're in school and you don't know how to figure it out, and I think college also has this as well. They have something
hmm
called school counselor. Like you could go to that person and they will
Yeah.
help you figure it out. It could
hmm
be from career writing, business plan, um,
Mm-hmm.
what type of classes you want to take when
hmm
you're a freshman. You have these type of ecosystem, these communities, and I think as an adult, we also should have like I don't know, I don't want to call it life coaches because you got to pay for a life coach. Like,
Yeah.
I really wish that we had adult counselors
Mm-hmm.
that would just help you and give you some blueprint of life.
Do you
Because
feel
Yeah,
like
I
could
mean,
that
what you
title be
could do
included
is
with
like
mentor? Your mentor?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, you could probably like some people you could get like a mentor. Like with some people, like I have a
but
few
everything you
OGs,
got to pay for
and
it.
yeah, but I mean like so for me, it's like I had a few OGs, right?
What's
That
up, Q?
What up,
that
Q?
that was like my mentors, and they've kind of like they helped me out through my journey in life on how to like navigate through life and how to do certain things, and just help me kind of prepare outside of like my parents. And then I was very fortunate too. I had like my uncle. Shout out to my uncle Ralph. He was one of them who really like when I moved in with him, he really kind of like helped me also as well, like
Good
how to
question.
navigate through life. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't have like a life coach because, like
hmm
you said, I'll be honest, I didn't even know what a life coach was until I would say my 30s, and I first heard the term. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, a life coach. I don't know what that was because when I was growing up, it wasn't. It was nothing that was introduced to me. It was just you go out there and figure it out, and at the same time, I had my OGs where it's like I could lean on and talk to, and they were like,
What's
"Ah,
up,
yo,
Joe?
this how you do this, this how you do that." They taught me different hustles, or they taught me different ways to be strategic. They taught me about 401ks and just different things outside of that I probably would learn in school, or maybe
Yeah,
reinforce what I learned in school. And if I was messing up,
Yeah.
yo, tighten up. You got to do this.
Yeah.
So
but
I
do
would
we
say
have that
that
in
I
that?
had that.
So, bro, do we have that in that? So we have that. I know normally we have that in our 20s. Maybe it transitioned to our 30s, but do we have that in our 30s, 40, and 50s? Do we have
I still
mentors?
have it. I
You
mean, I still have it. I still have it. Like I have my Pastor Maurice. Like I can go to him about anything, and he's older than me, and he's my mentor. He's my spiritual mentor, but he's also my life mentor. And I still have my my OGs
hmm
where I don't talk to on a regular, but if I needed to hit them up, I could. Again, that's just me though. I know not everybody is fortunate
yeah,
to have that, and I would encourage like find somebody that you can lean on. You know what I'm saying? That maybe
hmm
is older. Like my cousin said, wise counsel.
Yeah.
that can give you wise counsel, give you wisdom, help guys. Because in life, as even though we're adults, like I'm in my 40s, there's still things that I'm still learning. Like I've been an adult for over 20 years and I'm still learning things. There's still things that I'm figuring out. There's things that I know, but there's things that I still need wise counsel on. Like I feel like you're never too old to get guidance.
I
You know what I'm
wanted
saying?
to.
You're never too old for that.
That's true. I wanted to answer Q's question. What's the difference between a mentor and a coach? I feel like this from my perspective, and you fellas feel free to answer it. I think for
No, I agree.
me,
I agree with that statement.
from what I've experienced, and I'm gonna read Ayana's too. I think when I hear mentor, I think of somebody that is helping you plan out things toward the future. When I hear coach, I think that's somebody that's giving you tools for where you're at, you know, as opposed to the future.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree
that's
with that.
I agree.
that's what I think. And I wanted to read Ayana's real quick, and then fellas feel free to chime in. I think a coach has more tools and strategy for specific things rather than mentors who use more life wisdom to help others, in her opinion, which is great. Ayana, thanks for
I
that.
think that, and I want to tie that in because I think life coach, because a life coach, you can have a financial life coach, you can have an educational life coach, you can have a therapist life coach. There's so many type of life coaches out there for a certain type of industry that will create strategies around that industry. A mentor is like a Pastor Maurice, like, yo, you know, I'm going through this, or I just want to chop it up with you. We just doing life together.
Right.
You're an older individual that has experience, and now, hey, I might not verbally say, "Can you be my mentor?" But you have mentor characteristics. You have mentor vibe, and you talk to me like, you know what? I want to make sure I pour into this person. It's organic. So the mentor is coming to you. The life coach, you're going to the life coach.
Yeah.
That's good, and that's a good definition.
Professional counsel. Professional counsel.
That's good.
And then the therapist is just an individual for your social emotional needs. Simple redefining. If you ever want some therapy,
Of course.
I didn't know that was coming. I saw that.
Of course.
I saw that come, but good. Go ahead and promote your baby. Promote your life, man. Who is the phenomenal
therapy?
Who is the final counselor? Yeah.
I'm not even mad.
I love it.
No, but so seriously, like there's also a life coaching podcast. So there in regards to the strategy that you have to do, but in the same notion, I think you should also have a board. It's like a board of people around you that it's like, hey, this is what I'm going through, or this is how my life and trajectory looks like. I need to close it up a little bit more. So I have my life coach. So everyone has their position in your group.
No, that's beautiful. I love that idea. I love the whole having having a team. And if you look at different if you look at a lot of like entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, they have something like that. They have different people playing different positions for a reason. So they have like their life coach, they have their financial advisor, they have different people that they can access for specific needs to help them out. Because at the end of the day, again, remember, you only have 24 hours per day, right? And there's so many different things that you're navigating through life. When you become an adult, you know, you may be a husband or a wife.
What's
right?
up, Femi?
So that's one role. Then you're a parent, right? So you may be a mom or a dad. What's up, Femi? What's good, my guy? So that's another role. You know what I'm saying? Then whatever your job title is, that's another role. If you start your own business or you're an entrepreneur, that's another role. So you're basically wearing different hats. If you serve at your church, that's another role. You know what I'm saying? If you volunteer, you're on the weekends, you know what I'm saying, like with different helping out kids, you know what I'm saying, Boys and Girls Club, whatever it is, that's another role. So my point is like there's different hats that we wear, and sometimes like we're literally could be all over the place. Yeah. But if we have different people in place, like what Anthony was saying, so that's why I love what you're saying, like having like a board of members, right? But one is your life coach, one is your financial advisor, one is like your fitness guru, because we forget how important it is to stay healthy and be healthy, not only physically but also emotionally. You know what I'm saying? A counselor, whatever it is. So if there's any area in your life that you may be struggling with, or
Yeah.
you feel like you're kind of like gearing toward the left, you know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah.
I can access this person. I could contact this person. I remember I was watching an interview. I can't remember who had asked Jay-Z this question, right? And it was like, yo, what's like one of the most important things that you feel like you should spend your money on? And he said, Jay-Z said this. He said, um, doctor, he has a doctor on speed dial, his attorney, and a chef, because those are the three important things that you're gonna need through life. The doctor, as far as for your health, right? To
Right.
make sure you're physically healthy. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you can't do anything if you're laying in a hospital bed, right? Your
Absolutely.
attorney, she's like, you should always have an attorney on deck, because especially as an entrepreneur, you just never know, to protect yourself, protect your business, and just
Hmm.
in everything. And the other part of it is a chef, to make sure that, hey, you're getting access to the best quality food that money can't buy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that also ties into it. So they're all tying together. So he has his own, and I'm sure he has like financial advisors and all these different things, but he has his own board, like what Anthony was saying, to
Hmm.
where like he's wearing so many different hats, but he can go to this person or that person or that
Right.
person or that person for the
Hmm.
things that he specifically needs to help keep him on the right track.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. Another thing I was thinking about was like that blew my mind as an adult is mental health. Is
Mm-hmm.
like I want to say that because of the like Jeff, something me and you were talking about was like us versus the culture, right? Us versus our culture yesterday, and I think the Midwestern culture I grew up in, it taught me that mental health doesn't exist. It taught me
Mm-hmm.
that like you can fight your own problems. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to take a pill to fight your problems. You don't have to if you there's no such thing as depression.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you have good days and bad days and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think as I got older, it was harder for me to accept the fact that something could be off,
Yeah.
or something could be like maybe this bad day is not just a bad day. Maybe this is like depression is creeping in. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And like I think once I got to New York, I really realized that it's really real.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And that disappointment, that lingering disappointment, that lingering emotion, that lingering thing, that lingering anger,
That's
it's
good.
hard to manage those things on your own. And I
Very true.
realized that I was like, our culture was really insensitive to mental health.
That's
Like, and
good.
it totally ignored it because we thought prayer could fix it. We thought that we could fix it. And I think the last thing was like, oh, money can fix it.
And we didn't think it even existed. Like growing up, it wasn't something that we thought even existed. Like there
Yeah,
was no conversation of mental health was, at least when I was growing up, was
hmm
not a term that was used. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like in
Yeah.
the 80s and 90s, it wasn't a term that was really used. Like people struggle mental. Yes, the word depression existed.
Hmm.
Yes, the word anxiety, it existed, but the term mental health,
Yeah.
it's something that was not used, and it was ignored, and it wasn't something that was discussed. It was something like you fight through. Like if you're depressed or you're sad or whatever, all right, you
Hmm.
toughen it up, you push through it. Like you said, if you grew up in a church, pray through it. And that's really it. Like you said, they're very insensitive, but they're also, because it wasn't a conversation. It wasn't something that it just wasn't a thing. Especially grow up like in a Caribbean household, growing up in a Haitian household, like I've seen struggles within my own family, that they've dealt with that. As I've gotten older, I realized, yes, this would be classified as this particular person going through, like my mom, for an example,
Hmm.
going through her own struggles, which involved mental health, right? Same thing with my dad, and same thing with just other people that within like my community. But the term mental health was just
Right.
not a thing. It was just like going through life, going through a struggle,
Hmm.
you get through it, you pray, and you just kind of just work through the emotions and hope that it just goes away and you kind of deal with it. But you see how it shows up later on in life. You see how it shows how you parent your kids. You see how it shows up, how you love on your spouse or even your other your friends or whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it never goes away. It sticks. So as an adult, that is something that you don't realize
Mm-hmm.
until you get older, like the severity and the seriousness of it. I will
Yeah.
say this: I think this generation that's coming up, one thing that I do give them is that they're more conscious of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a conversation that's being had so much more. And I'm talking about from like the middle school, high school level. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's it's and even in elementary, like Gabby, my daughter, she knows what mental health is. She knows what depression, she knows what anxiety is, and she's in the sixth grade, and she knew about this before she even reached the sixth grade. And I think it's because of social media, the access of information. It's just nowadays we're more sensitive to it versus being insensitive about it regarding back in the day.
Yeah. No, it's definitely on point. I think for people now you can't dismiss what is it called? You can't dismiss mental health
Yeah,
at
there's too much
all. Like
information out there.
it's too much information. Like honestly, I'm gonna be real. I heard the word bipolar. Uh uh Somebody called somebody bipolar around me and I didn't know what it meant
Yeah.
until like I looked it up later and I was just like, oh, that's a disorder. Like I was like, why would somebody say that about somebody?
Yeah, we gotta
That's
be.
crazy.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to be very careful, and that's why I don't like when people call people crazy,
Hmm.
bipolar, or
Hmm.
that's just that person. We have to
Yeah.
be very careful as adults.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you have emotional intelligence.
Hmm.
Hopefully, you are reading. Hopefully, you are doing research. Hopefully, you're doing these things to build yourself up as an adult. And then when you're doing that, there's certain language and vocabulary we shouldn't be using. You shouldn't be so quickly to say someone's bipolar, so
Yeah.
quickly to say someone is crazy because you have knowledge now.
I got an Anthony question. I got an Anthony question.
I hope this is an Angie question.
Oh, you about to find out. If you guys detected at your individual churches that your pastor was preaching from a place of mental illness, would you stay at that church? Would you say something? How would you react to that?
If he was preaching,
From a place of mental illness and you knew like kind of like you could see kind of like signs
like
of
he like
that.
he's dealing with some type of mental health issue.
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, like, I would say for my church or my past, I would stay. And the reason why is because one, I look at it this way: he's human, right? And I think pastors we forget that. And funny thing is, me and my pastor, we actually had this conversation before too, right? We had a conversation about this, and it's like this is why I say pray for your pastors because they deal with a lot,
Mhm.
right? And anybody who's a counselor, right? Sometimes counselors need counselors themselves because they hear so much stuff. It's like, okay, I need to check out myself.
Right.
You get so it's the same thing with pastors. And I remember when he was telling me, he's like, that you'll be surprised. He was like, Jeff, when you become a pastor yourself, you're going to hear things that you would never think that you would hear. There is
Hmm.
so much. So sometimes what happens is that you hear so much, it starts to mess. It could easily mess with you psychologically, right? And so now you may start falling into the trap of dealing with some type of mental because you feel like there's just so much craziness that's out there that it starts to affect you. So for me personally, if it was my pastor, I would still stay. I would pray for him as you always supposed to do.
Hmm.
And I have a close enough relationship where I can go to my pastor and have a conversation with him, like, "Yo, what's going on? What's wrong? Is there
Yeah.
something going on? What's happening? You seem off. It seems like there's something that you're battling." Like I can do that. Not everybody can do that with their pastor, right? Because it depends on what
Hmm.
type of church you go to, type of
Yeah.
relationship you have with your pastor. And some pastors, like, they're just not with it. That's not them. I'm fortunate enough with mine. I can do that with him because we talk about everything. Like me and my pastor, we're super close. So
Yeah.
I can go to him and like, yo, something seems wrong. What's going on? So that's the reason why I said that I would not leave because I would one, I know he's human. Two, I know my pastor personally, and I know I can go to him and find out what's going on.
What about you? And how would you deal with that? Like in that situation?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
Hmm.
Because if So Jeff has a relationship with his pastor. I
Okay.
think I would go to like someone that is the elder, that has a closer relationship with pastor and said, "Hey, I'm." I start with, "This is my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm really seeing this. I saw a pattern, and I just want to just throw this out there. I want to know how you feel, and I would love to, if you could set up a meeting, and can you also be there?
Mm.
So you have a second witness or a second party that's in the conversation. So
Mm.
they know that no one is, I'm not saying that you're mentally something's going on with you. I'm saying, hey, I'm just coming to you as a human being.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not a
I was,
counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a
yeah,
trained counselor. Not a therapist. I'm just a human being, and I'm seeing something in regards to a
yeah,
pattern of your behavior.
absolutely. Even like, I see a point being made was like, counselors require counseling as well. Like
Yeah.
doctors have doctors. You know what I'm saying?
For
Counselors
sure.
have counselors, therapists. Like one of the therapists I was going to, I think it was like, well, last year, he told me he goes to therapy too. He has a therapist. So I was just like, yeah, I mean, I can get it. I get that because it's like they have their own set of problems. They have their own set of issues. When they leave the session, when they leave the pulpit, when the doctor leaves the hospital, you know what I'm saying? They have to go tend to their selves too, no matter what they're dealing with, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, whatever it is. I think that's something that we really have to be cognizant to. I think,
I think
like
also
yeah.
I think also one thing, and I don't know her name is Steph's. I think one thing that popped up in my head is like, you still should see your pastor as a human being. The
Yes,
CEO is a human being.
absolutely.
The person that works at the
100%.
custodian is a human being. We're
Hmm.
all going through something. This
Absolutely.
is life. Life is
I agree.
happening every day, and if
Facts.
so,
Hmm.
please, even if you don't like your pastor, still pray for that pastor, he
Yep.
or she, because people are going through difficult things when they
Yeah.
close that door.
And they're,
I
they're the
remember.
first ones to be on the attack too. That's
There
the
you
thing about
go.
it.
Right
They're the
there. Right
first
there,
one. If
Jeff.
the if the enemy is going to bring down the church, he's going to
Yeah.
bring down enemy. He's going to start with the pastor because he knows the
Absolutely.
moment that he could attack the pastor and have the pastor's life in shambles, it's going to reflect on the church. And so
Right.
that's the reason why they say pray for your pastor because that's the first one that that Satan's going to attack.
That's
So
a
yeah.
You,
fact.
you know what's interesting too is like I look at men
I
like
hate that though.
big spiritual giants, the guys that may have been pastors, the great men, the bishops, and that have pastor churches of hundreds of thousands of people, or maybe if it was a smaller church and they just were great men of faith, right? And it's just like you talk to them and they were like, yeah, I have my spiritual mentors, and then you ask them like, hey, yo, like, do you have a therapist? And they probably say no, but I have my spiritual mentor, and that's really
Mm-hmm.
all that I need,
Yeah.
which is understandable. But I'm like, okay, but with all the things that you deal with, you're unpacking onto someone who they can sort through your thing in the spiritual, but what about the mental part of it? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There's a mental part of it and a component that kind of like, because you're not just dealing with your issues, you're dealing with your family first and foremost, then your church, and then things outside of church, and then this maybe the issues, the sin that you struggle with, that is fighting against the good that God is calling you to do. It's like all of these different things, and then you're getting hit an extra wave. The enemy wants to take you out extra because you're
Mm-hmm.
drawing people to God. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's why, like, I love the comment that Ayana said, I believe pastors should have a therapist. I think they should too, and they shouldn't feel
I
embarrassed
agree.
about it because they are people. Like, people imagine pastors to just be floating over the
Yeah.
stage.
They got to answer God.
Yeah, they still have to answer to God at the end of the day. They not like floating over the stage or have a big glow around them, and they shouldn't act holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? But many pastors do, and it's just a shame, bro. It just really is. I think they should have a therapist. I think not only them, but even their spiritual mentors should have therapists.
Yeah.
I think it's I think I was talking to my wife about this earlier. We talk about how pride gets in the way of things. What's up, Karina? We talk about how pride gets in the way of so many things. Like pride can stand in your way.
What's up, Karina?
Of
What's up,
really,
sis?
really experiencing. I say experiencing something that God really wants you to get to. That pride issue. And Jeff, you were talking about it earlier. It can stop you from really accessing all that God has for you.
No, that's 100% a fact. I agree with that. I think that having like with a lot of churches, like they'll have like the pastoral team that you can go to and they can pray for you, or you can kind of go to in confidence about certain things that you are dealing with. I think a pastor should should have his own therapist. Spiritually at the church should be able to have it as well. I know for me, I'll be honest, like whenever it's my time to become a pastor, and whenever it's my time to be a head of a church or start my own church, I would like to incorporate a counselor, as part of the church. So if people are dealing with something, they can, like, I would, and have that person, like, you still have your pastoral team you can go to and pray, whatever, and they're there as your spiritual mentors. But there's also life things that you need professional help for, and what better way to have one that is at your
What's
church?
up, Shantae?
What's up, Shantae? That you can have at your church, and then you can go to, and then you could be able to like speak about things that they're not only a Christian, but they're also a professional licensed therapist, and that can kind of help you things, because those things are very much because that it will help save lives. And I think back in the day, we all know culture, like the church, or a lot of churches. I'm not gonna say all, but there were churches that shied away and shunned away from it. Like I remember even like there was a church I used to go to. They preached against like going to therapy, and I know it was a cultural thing, right?
Wow.
It was a big cultural thing because in the culture itself, they don't go to therapy, right? Wow. So now you're adding religion mixed into it. This is the kind of conversation, like I said, you and I, Fred, was having yesterday. You mix that into it, and then what tends to happen, it's like it's totally against it. So not only from a cultural standpoint, but in their eyes from a spiritual standpoint, that you don't go to, like, if you go to therapy, basically you're not trusting God to get you out of that situation, which that's inaccurate, right? God, just like if you're sick, you got a broken knee, you know what I'm saying, or if you're diabetic, you pray against those things. Obviously, you ask God for spiritual healing and all these things, but it doesn't mean that you still don't go to the doctor. You know what I mean? To get the things that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's literally nothing wrong with it. Just like there's nothing wrong with getting a mental health checkup by seeking a therapist. And I think you should incorporate both. Incorporate prayer and incorporate the gifts that God has given somebody to be a licensed therapist to help you navigate through whatever it is that you are struggling and deal with. And there are a lot of great Christian therapists that will incorporate both together with your therapy sessions.
I want to say at this my big age now, the biggest thing that blew my mind was my relationship with God. Like, straight up. The reason I'm saying that is because I really, like, I went from being a child and, having the milk and learning the word to, like, being an adult and really understanding the word and really being able to receive. Yes, I still do chase after that childlike, relationship that I had in the beginning, where I'm just like believing in faith. But I understand now that it's deeper than just like, okay, I'm just going to have faith. I know that there's steps I have to take. I know that I have to go therefore go
She
ye
is.
therefore
She's
and make
dope.
disciples. I have to
She's
make
dope,
disciples.
Cuzzo.
Yeah, I have to make disciples, and I have to, like, God has given me a charge. Before I thought, I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna have faith, and I'm just gonna go to church and this, that, and the third. But there's another part of that. I have to go make disciples. I have to, go serve and volunteer, be a part of a ministry. I have to do those things that are I have to give in any capacity that God is calling me to give. It's about that relationship. Before I thought it was just about,
Go ahead and
okay,
plug that in,
religion,
Anthony. Go ahead and plug
religion
that.
and faith.
Go
Anthony
ahead and
got
plug it.
Anthony like still and still.
That's why you rocking the shirt too. Show the shirt too, bro. Go ahead.
I was gonna let Fred talk, and then I was gonna chime
No,
in.
I'm done. I'm
Are
done,
you
Ant.
sure? I
Yeah, I'm
think you
done.
gotta learn how to simply redefine.
Of course, Ant. Of course.
No,
What's up,
and
Denise?
I think we're going back. And if you just coming in, we've been talking about like what as an adult you really was like blown away. And I think in this conversation, it's like that real when your mom and dad was like, when your grandmother on the phone like talking to you from Jamaicans like, I hope you know God. I hope you know God. And you're like, okay, mom, okay. You hang up. You call back maybe 2 years from there. I hope you know God. God is your Lord and Savior. And you get to like 20, 21, 23, and you don't hear that no more. But you keep
Mm-hmm.
on remember, I hope you know God. I hope you know God. And now you realize why your grandmother used to tell you that.
Yeah.
Because there's a relationship with God that she wants you to know about. And it's like, yo, if you know God since earlier, there's certain fears, there's certain things that you just won't go down because it's a
True.
boundary. It's things that you're setting because I hope you know God, and because you know God, and you simply redefining how you know God, because simply redefine
Redefine.
it.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead, bro. Nah, go ahead.
You
Go
simply
ahead.
redefining
Nah.
your life.
But honestly, and it's really truly like you like, damn, I wish I knew God more when I was younger. Because
Yeah,
there's certain
man.
things that you would avoid when you're an adult.
Yeah.
That's all I
It's
have.
it's nah, it's so true, man. That was good. That is so important, man. Like I think like if I had to like really sum it up with this conversation, when you at what really blows your mind as an adult, for me personally, just after even having this conversation, and especially I've seen how much it has really transformed and how much it really changed my life within the last 4 to 5 years of my life is what Auntie just said. I hope you know God. Because the moment that I really knew God and really like, okay, I'm going to incorporate God in every aspect of my life,
Mm-hmm.
life became much easier. In the beginning,
Yes.
it was still rough. It was still rough. Like
Yes.
God had to kind of clean things up. It was like, all right, I gotta brush you off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go through things so you can trust
Mm-hmm.
what, so you can trust me, right? But in order for you to see it, I gotta make you go through the rough waters. But
Absolutely.
focus on me, because the moment you look left, you look the other way. You remember what happened with, I think it was with Paul, you know what I'm saying, when he saw Jesus in the water and he was walking towards him, and what ended up happening, he looked the other way, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then he started to sink, and he started to panic, and Jesus said like,
Yeah.
don't you have like just little faith? You
Mm-hmm.
got to focus on him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the moment you do that, you eliminate the distractions. You see how much life becomes much easier. Even when you go through the rough moments, you know that God will see you through. You know you'll make it
Absolutely.
through. So when you go to the next one, you just remember the last situation that you was in. It's like, nah, God got me through this. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then you can kind of go through it. Again, doesn't
Absolutely.
mean you don't seek the professional help that you need for certain things that may apply for it, right? Doesn't mean that you don't do that, but it just means
Mm-hmm.
that you will make it through. Like I know somebody who they were diagnosed with prostate cancer, right? And then what ended up happening was that like when they got diagnosed with prostate cancer, they didn't panic. Just like, you know what? I'm gonna trust God in this. And the way they found out, they went to the doctor just for a random checkup. And it was like, yo, we got detection that we need to do a biopsy, whatever it is, whatever testing that they need to do. And that's when they found he had prostate cancer. And he trusted in God. He prayed or whatever, but he still went to the doctor, did what he had to do. Now he has no trace of it at all. So what he did, he incorporated faith and prayer, and then he also incorporated going to the doctor, getting his checkup and medicine, and believed that God was going to naturally heal him. And he didn't have to go through chemo. He didn't have to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? They just did what they had to do, and he was good. And so that's just one of the things of like how you trust in the Lord when you go through your roughest moments and know that he's going to see you through. But what made him believe that was because he has gone through other things in his life that God saw him through. And that's why he trusted in God when he found out. He didn't panic. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Amani? You know what I'm saying? He didn't panic. He didn't stress. He's like, okay, I got this. I know my Lord's going to deliver me because he delivers me every single time. Because why? Like Anthony said, he knew God and he knew his word.
So after this amazing message, if you want to give 10% to Top Shelf Production, you can.
Anthony?
I thought he was going to say 10% to Simple Redefining.
No, but that word was good, bro. That word was definitely
that
good.
was really
very timely,
really great, Jeff. I mean, she said your cousin about to throw her phone all day. Like, nah, that's on
Shots
point.
my cousin.
That's on point.
Yeah, that was on point, bro.
Like I love how it started where Anthony was like, "Don't forget to follow God. Don't forget to follow God."
That's in the Jamaican voice though.
Jeff hit us with the word and talking about Peter's story and letting us know about.
If I could do it in Jamaican voice, he could do it in his Cool Runnings voice.
I think at this moment you should know some type of Creole, bro.
I mean, I know a little bit of this and a little bit of that, Anthony. I know a little bit. I know about as much as you, man.
You know griot and sauce squad. That's it, man.
But before we get out of here, we know that tomorrow is a national holiday. And no, we don't mean Columbus Day. No, we don't. And it's not the Indigenous Peoples Day like it was today. Shout out to the Indigenous people. But
only Christopher we acknowledge is Christopher Wallace. That's
side note, there's some people I realized working at where I work at. There's some people that do celebrate Christopher Columbus Day.
They do.
I thought no one celebrated that.
It don't matter.
There's people who do, but that's a whole other conversation.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like I told Jeff yesterday. If it's the same reaction, like if we found out the person that created Hennessy sold slaves, people still gonna drink Hennessy.
Do I gotta stop drinking Henny? Because Henny is mad pure Henny.
No, I said if.
It's like
let's not find it out.
I said there's two things that I don't think black people ever boycott, no matter what: Chick-fil-A and Hennessy. Because we love you some Chick-fil-A.
Now you gotta put Popeyes on that, bro.
Popeyes, yo.
True, yeah, facts plus tax.
But damn, man, that Popeyes, man, that's spicy chicken. Yo,
I'm like, they be like, did y'all hear about Popeyes and Hennessy? I'm not quitting neither.
Like, yo, man, that white Henny, man, I don't know, bro.
Y'all can quit it, but not me.
Go strict.
But like I was saying, tomorrow's a national holiday. Tomorrow is Top Shelf Tuesday. Another amazing episode is dropping for season 4 tomorrow. The 3 things we love about being married. And fellas, ladies, y'all don't want to miss this episode. We get really down to the nitty-gritty. We get very transparent
for part 2
about marriage.
I know we say that all the time. It's a great conversation, but this one's really good.
You definitely want to tune in. It's a great conversation, very transparent on all ends.
Facts.
From an inside look in our marriages and just about relationships. I mean, even if you're single, definitely listen to it. Be encouraged.
Because definitely get something out of it too.
Facts. Just don't go to DR.
Yes.
And adults only resort.
I want to go to Anthony. Anthony, where can they find the podcast at?
All right, so they can find you at YouTube. You heard me, Jeff? YouTube. They can find you at Anchor, Stitcher, Apple, Spotify, and now we are on Amazon. So we're on a lot of platforms, but always remember, you can go to thetopshelfpodcast.com where everything is on there. You can go to the first episode. But yo, make sure you are logged on. Leave a comment, leave something. But we really need you. We really want you to spread the word. Once again, you can find us on YouTube, Anchor, Stitcher, Apple, Spotify, and Amazon.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Anthony, every time you do it, Jeff be ready to throw a tomato.
I bet you I throw an oxtail, he'll get it right.
Great job, Anthony.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I worked on it for the last 3 weeks.
I had to say Anthony practice.
Yep. For the last 3 weeks.
Anthony, like, these is my bars. Take that. Yo.
Consistency.
Yo. Anthony said, this is the thing that blew my mind at the dog.
Good job,
Google Doc.
Anthony, like, all right, I got this.
I was like,
Anthony was at the gym practicing that.
All I wanted to hear is just say, good job, my son.
Good job, my son. You made me proud.
Yo, so like, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for our latest episode, 3 Things We Love About Marriage. We also will be back next Monday with an amazing topic, same time, 9 p.m. Make sure y'all tune in.
Same thing 5 times.
Well, that was the past, and now we're moving forward. That's all I know. Forward. I don't know about the past. I know about the forward. And with that, what's your word for the week?
What's the word for the week, people?
Word for the week for me is trust.
Ooh, that's a good one. Can I ask you, we never asked this question. Why? Why is your word trust?
Why is my word trust?
Yeah.
For me, because just everything we just talked about. Everything we just talked about, especially the last part, is like trust. Trusting in God, trusting everything that's going on in your life. Trusting, for people who they are. You know what I'm saying? Versus not trusting them. You trust them for who they are. You know what I mean? And then you keep it pushing. That's it. So trust is what it is for me.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be faith. And I say that because in the next season, it literally is God's plan.
Yeah.
It's not my plan, it's literally God's plan, and I must be okay not to control the next season. So
and I just felt this in my spirit.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Your next season, if you really truly apply that, the things that you've been asking for is going to take place. This is what you need. I felt that very heavy in my
I appreciate
spirit.
that, King.
Your next season will be your season if you give it all to him. Apply that 100%. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Thank you, boy. I appreciate that.
Most definitely, my G.
I would say my word of the week is word, actually. The word. Just because I think the thing that has confirmed it, like before we even got on the live tonight, me and Sabina, we were on a Zoom Bible study, and with some pastors that we get counseling from, and it was just so deep, bro. The word is so deep, and it just proved that the word is alive, bro. And I was like, dang, I could go so much deeper. God gave us so much food right here. You know what I'm saying? And I need that time to, like Anthony said, honestly, Anthony, I'm gonna be honest, my word too was faith.
It can be the same word, bro.
But yeah, so
I can share it.
Word. I got 2 of them, word and faith. And just believing the word and having faith in it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that certain things that I'm praying for are gonna come to pass. But I know he's requiring me to get along with him.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's about,
if you want to, and this is great, if you want to, please put your word in the chat and tell us why. Our goals, because we need to know what goals in life are. Definitely.
Ayana
solitude.
said her word is solitude.
Ooh, love
Love
it.
it.
Why?
I
love it.
love it once what is it? Chulu 44 said goals because we need to know what goals in life are.
Love it.
And the ones we want for ourselves. That's great. Anthony, it's great that you said like knowing your why, because that's very powerful to be able to
I
like.
think because we've been saying the word and it's always great, but I always want to know why are you saying
Why,
it?
man?
Like,
Yeah.
why are you saying it? Because it could
very
be cool. It could be like cool you saying it, but it's like,
Yeah.
if I know your word and without you telling me anything, can your action define the word that you just said?
Yeah.
Can your
And that's
life
what I would
look
say
like
too.
faith? Can your life look like the word?
Yeah.
Can your
Yeah.
life look like goals, consistency? Does your life look like that?
And pray on it. That's why I always say, like, when you have your word, pray on it and ask God, what is it that you want from me this week? Because I know a lot of times when we go to God, we
about to
ask
go
him
to
for
Goku
things.
mode.
No, I'm not. Yeah, we ask him for things, but sometimes like it's actually good. It's like, okay, God, what is it you require from me? You know what I'm saying? What is it that you want from me? What can I do for you this week?
I love
You know what I'm saying? And you could apply that with your word. You know what I'm saying? And pray on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your cousin said this, Jeff, glory, because I want him to get it in everything I do. Ayana said solitude because we need to detach sometimes to reflect and recharge. Oh, and I didn't know that's Teray's mother that watches IG lives. I didn't know that.
And she watches faithfully. I think.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I didn't know that. Oh wow!
Shout
What's
out.
up? Hello, Mama Teray. I didn't
Mama
know that.
Teray.
I never knew that was Teray's mom.
Mother
Man.
of Teray.
Mother of Teray. That's dope, man. Listen, that you got an amazing daughter, man. You know what I'm saying? We love Teray over here. That's what's up.
Opaline 15 said, faith, the same as Anthony. I can't move without him.
That's Danique. What's up, Danique? Winners Church family. We in the building.
Love it. So,
are you promoting
Top Shelf Village?
You promoted Simply Redefined. I can't promote
We got to promote Simply Redefined.
And I'm promoting that Top Shelf Tuesday has another podcast tomorrow. Y'all need to hear the streams?
And he said,
Simply Redefined.
I just do it one more time just in case y'all didn't hear me.
Make sure you get to Simply Redefined and everything like that.
I want to go again, YouTube. Anchor, Stitcher, Apple, Spotify, and Amazon. And also, you can catch us on thetopshelfpodcast.com.
Fire.
Google Podcasts as well. Sir.
I always forget that.
We will see y'all same time next Monday, 9 p.m.
We love you. Self-care is the best care.
Much love to everybody, man. Have a wonderful week.